right, welcome to another deep dive. Tonight, we're switching gears a bit and diving into some awesome racing and action movies.
Ooh, sounds fun.
Yeah, and this isn't just random picks. We're going off of a super popular movie recommendation site. So these are like critic approved and audience loved. And honestly, there are some surprises on here.
Yeah, definitely not the typical stuff you might expect. We've got some international films, a bit of a genre blend. It's a really interesting mix.
Right.
Urmărește mașina aia turcoază. Mergem la Sputnik să punem muzică ora 23, Prosecco și promis.
Okay, let's start with Taximetry IT.
Okay.
Which, I'll be honest, I'd never heard of until I saw this list. It's a Romanian film.
Oh, cool.
And it's not your typical action movie either. It takes place in Bucharest over one crazy night, and it's all seen through the eyes of these two taxi drivers.
Interesting. So instead of a traditional plot, is it more like a slice of life kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a series of vignettes.
Oh, I love that.
You get these glimpses into the lives of all these different passengers who get in and out of the cab.
Like little windows into the city.
Exactly. One minute you're laughing at some quirky character's story, and the next you're like moved by a really intimate moment of human connection.
Yeah, that's what I love about those kinds of films, like Paris, Je t'aime, or Coffee and Cigarettes, these little encounters that end up saying so much about life.
Yes. And Taximetry is getting rave reviews for doing just that. The acting, the directing, just the whole feel of it. People are saying it's really special.
It definitely seems like a unique film.
Yeah.
One that'll stay with you. All right, so from Romania, we're going to, where are we going?
Oh, we are hitting the gas and heading to, well, actually across Europe with Asphalt Burning.
All right, I'm intrigued.
So this one is straight up action comedy.
Okay, I'm in.
And the premise,
Riled.
we've got a groom-to-be. He's got to race across Europe in a 67 Mustang to win back his runaway bride.
Oh, wow. Sounds like there's some history there.
Yeah, and actually this is part of a trilogy.
Oh, wow. So they're going all out with this one.
Oh, for sure.
I bet the car chases are insane in this.
Well, you said it, not me, but I'm thinking the same thing. I mean, when I hear 67 Mustang, I'm picturing those classic car chases.
Yes, like bullet vibes.
Totally. Those iconic scenes, the energy. Does Asphalt Burning deliver that same kind of visual punch?
Oh, absolutely. The opening chase scene alone is worth the price of admission.
Wow, bold statement.
Yeah, it's seriously impressive. There's this shot where the Mustang is like weaving through traffic, narrowly missing trucks, buses. It's edge of your seat stuff. And the scenery is stunning. They filmed all over Europe, mountains, coastlines. It's beautiful.
Okay, I'm sold on the visuals.
Marco, il s'enfuit.
Okay, so next we've got Lost Bullet 2. This is a French action thriller, and this one, from what I've heard, is intense.
Oh, yeah.
Like, seriously intense. It picks up where the first film left off, and our hero, Lino, who is a mechanic turned cop,
Whoa.
he's facing off against a whole squad of corrupt police, so the stakes are high.
Wow, so it's like he's outnumbered, outgunned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Lino is incredibly resourceful. He can think on his feet. And the action in this film, it's relentless. We're talking gritty, hand-to-hand combat, car chases that are like ballets of destruction. It's wild. But there's also a real sense of style to it, a certain atmosphere.
Yeah, French action cinema has a unique feel. It's got that rawness and grittiness that you don't always get in Hollywood blockbusters. Like, Taken is great, but this is Taken with a European art house edge.
That's a great way to put it.
And the fight choreography in French action films, it's always top-notch. Plus, they often use handheld cameras and quick cuts, so you really feel like you're in the middle of the action.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, so quick question. To fully appreciate Lost Bullet 2, do I need to see the first one?
Oh, absolutely. The sequel builds directly on the events of the first film, so you'll get so much more out of it if you've seen the original. Like, you understand the character development, the backstory, the stakes are higher. Make it a double feature night.
Okay, I'm adding that to my list.
Okay.
Miloros.
Claro.
Now let's switch gears a bit with The Courier. This one is a crime thriller, but with a historical twist. It's set in Spain, early 2000s, right when the euro was being introduced.
Oh, interesting time period. Lots of potential for, well, let's just say creative financial dealings.
Exactly. It's a time of big changes, economic booms, and a lot of opportunity for, shall we say, ambitious individuals.
Right.
So this movie's a bit of a cautionary tale. It follows this young hustler who gets caught up in a high-stakes money laundering scheme. And let's just say things don't exactly go according to plan.
I bet they don't. So it's a thriller, but also like a commentary on that specific time in history.
Yeah, it uses the backdrop of the real estate boom and the transition to the euro to tell a story about ambition, greed, and the consequences of getting in over your head. It's stylish and suspenseful, but also thought-provoking.
Yeah, sounds like a really smart thriller.
Video games with some crazy dreams of racing cars.
Dad, you're the one that told us to always do something we love.
Okay, now for something completely different. Gran Turismo.
Ooh, yes. This one is based on a true story.
Really?
It follows this teenager who goes from being a Gran Turismo video game champion to, wait for it, an actual race car driver.
No way. Talk about a dream come true.
Right. So we got the ultimate underdog story here. This kid with incredible skills but no real-world experience. He has to prove himself to everyone that a gamer can compete with the best in the world.
Wow, that's a great premise. And who's directing this?
Okay, get this. Neil Blomkamp.
Whoa, seriously?
You know, the guy behind District 9?
Yeah.
That visual master, the sci-fi genius.
Yeah, wow. So that adds a whole other layer to this.
Right.
I'm so curious to see how he brings that visual flair to the world of motorsports.
And you know those racing sequences are going to be next level.
Yeah.
Blomkamp is a master of creating these immersive, visually stunning worlds.
Yeah, I'm already picturing the intensity, the speed, the crashes. This is going to be epic.
Oh, I think so too. So it's a sports movie, but with that added sci-fi edge from the director, which makes it really unique.
Yeah, and at its core, it's a story about passion, dedication, breaking down barriers. It's that classic underdog tale, but with a really modern twist.
Totally. Like it shows that talent can come from anywhere, and if you work hard enough, you can achieve anything. All right, well, that's Gran Turismo.
The World Rally Championship has become the #1 TV sport in the world. We're joined by Lancia team manager.
All right, from virtual racing to the real deal. Our next film, Race for Glory, Audi vs. Lancia, takes us back to the 1983 Rally World Championship.
Oh, classic. I love those old rally races.
Yeah, even I've heard about this rivalry, and I'm not a huge gearhead. You know, what made it so legendary?
Well, rally racing is already intense. You've got these drivers pushing their cars to the limit on dirt, gravel, snow, you name it. And back in the early 80s, Audi came in with their Quattro system.
Yeah, well, yeah, the all-wheel drive.
Yeah. Exactly. It was revolutionary at the time, gave them a huge advantage.
So basically, it was like everyone else was playing checkers, and Audi showed up with chess.
Pretty much. And Lancia, they were this Italian team known for their, stylish and powerful cars. But they were stuck with rear-wheel drive.
Ah, so they're the underdogs.
Big time. Everyone thought they were outmatched. But they had this incredible driver, Walter Rural, and a team of engineers who just refused to give up.
So it's a classic David versus Goliath story then.
Absolutely. It's about grit, determination, and maybe a little bit of Italian flair.
I like it. And it sounds like the film really captures that energy.
Oh yeah. It's got all the tension, the strategic battles between the teams, the drivers risking it all. It's a white knuckle ride for sure.
Okay, I'm adding that to my list.
没错，我曾经拥有这一切。
Our next film, Pegasus, takes us to China. It's about a former race car champion trying to make a comeback after a 5-year suspension.
Sounds intriguing. What happened?
Well, this guy, Zhang Qi, he was at the top of his game. But then he made some mistakes, got caught up in some shady stuff. His career basically went up in smoke.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeah, now he's older, he's got a family, and he's trying to get back into a sport that's, well, kind of passed him by.
That's gotta be tough. Facing those younger, hungrier drivers.
Exactly. And the film explores that struggle. Physical training, the mental pressure, the doubts, but it's also got a lot of heart and humor. It's not just about the racing.
Okay, so it's got some depth to it. I read that it was released during Lunar New Year. Does that play into the film at all?
Yeah, definitely. It adds this layer of festivity and optimism. It's a story about second chances, redemption, the importance of family and community. It's a feel-good movie, you know.
Neither have I.
All right, for our last film, let's go for something more family-friendly. How about go-karts?
Okay, I'm down for a feel-good movie.
It's about this teenager who moves to a new town and discovers his passion for go-kart racing. Lots of coming-of-age themes mixed in with the high-speed action.
Sounds fun. A little bit of everything. I'm guessing there's a mentor figure in there somewhere.
Yep, you've got this grizzled old racer who takes the kid under his wing, teaches him about driving, but also about life, discipline, teamwork, all that good stuff.
Ah, the classic mentor-student dynamic. I love it.
It's a classic underdog story with a lot of heart and humor.
Yeah.
And it's great to have something on the list that's appropriate for a younger audience.
Yeah, definitely. Something the whole family can enjoy.
Wow, what a ride. Bucharest to the racetrack, we covered some serious ground tonight.
I know, right? It's amazing how all these films from different countries, genres, time periods, they all kind of tap into this fascination we have with speed. Competition, pushing limits, it's a universal thing.
Yeah, it's like no matter where we are in the world, that need for speed just speaks to us, whether it's like the adrenaline of a chase scene in Lost Bullet 2 or the tension of a championship race like in Race for Glory. Seeing people push themselves, their machines, to the edge, it's just exciting.
And it's not just about the physical challenge either. Like, these movies, they explore the mental and emotional side of it too.
Right.
The sacrifices, the bonds, the resilience, it's all there.
Think about like Gran Turismo. That story's not just about being fast, it's about proving everyone wrong.
Yeah.
Achieving a dream that seemed impossible.
Exactly. And Pegasus, it's all about second chances, redemption, finding a way to rise up, even when you've been knocked down.
It's really cool how these films, even the ones with all the action, the special effects, they still connect with us on a human level. We see ourselves in those characters. You know?
Yeah, totally. Their struggles, their triumphs, it's inspiring.
It reminds us that we can all push our own boundaries, chase our dreams no matter how hard it gets. So as you're planning your next movie night, think about what kind of ride you're in the mood for. We had a little bit of everything here. Heartwarming comedy, intense thriller, historical drama. There's something for everyone. And I hope we give you some new movies to add to your watch list.
Me too.
So thanks for joining us for another deep dive. Until next time, keep those engines revving and keep chasing those dreams.